I'm so excited. Girls, meet the Twiniversity family. Twiniversity family, meet Kendall and Kaydence.
Right here.
The
Hi.
twinnies with the mostest. They are the daughters of our Mom Squad member, Meg. She has left the room so we could talk trash about her because now this is where I get to learn all of
She's
the
probably
inside
watching.
scoop. She could watch all she wants, and she could put a comment in the comments just like everybody else if she has something to say. So the whole point for those of you that are watching is that we do so much stuff when it comes to moms and dads and even grandmas and aunts that rarely do we actually listen to our own children. And I think it's because we listen to them way too much and then we have regrets about it. But when do we get to kind of ask questions to teenage 20s? She is watching us, by the way. And we ask these questions. And I do want to know from like your perspective, ladies, you hold the keys to a lot of important things for parents. So first and foremost, just introduce yourself to the world. Tell us how old you are. If you want to tell us who's older, that's fine. If you want us to play a game of who's older, we can too. I'm a big fan of game playing. It's up to you, but meet the universe, guys.
Hi, I'm Kendall. I'm 17. I'm a junior in high school. She's the same, obviously.
I'm Kaydence. And then she's born first.
Yeah.
So right there, my money would have been on that since you made the introductions. Kaydence, do you think that there's a reason why Kendall was first? Like, do you say like, oh, it makes total sense that she was born first?
I don't know. It's just, they just grabbed her first, I guess.
No, like, I always take like the initiative first.
Yeah, she just
take like charge first.
Because like, I'm more shy, so she just talks first and everything. I kind of make her.
But. Exactly.
So, would you say that you're the brains of operation, and Kendall is kind of the brawn? Like she's you make her do things, or you like the wizard behind the curtain at Oz?
In certain situations, yeah.
Sometimes.
All right. So tell us what are some things that, let's go for the negative first, because I think it's fun. And so guys, if you're in wherever you're watching this land, if you have questions for the girls too, pop them in. But what are some of the things that you least like about being twins? And independently, and don't be like, obviously, I don't think that either of you are offended by each other, but like, is there a downside to this? And if there was, what would it be in your opinion?
I think there's more positive sides and negative sides, but a definite negative is like people always just, you're assuming one person. They always assume that we're just one person.
Especially because we look alike.
We're like the same person, or I'd say like for birthdays and stuff, like kids like getting their own presents, but sometimes we get the same thing.
Just like in different colors or something. Like we'll get like the exact same thing, just like I'll get purple and she'll get pink or something like that.
Or we've had some people give us the same present to share sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can share this or something.
So that's like the most friends or family?
Both.
Yeah, I'd say both mainly.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Definitely both. But that's like only like that's the biggest negative, and like people like calling us the same name or something.
Okay. Did you ever wish that you had different birthdays?
I don't know. I couldn't really picture it the way.
It'd be weird to have my own birthday, I guess. Like I have my own birthday, but like we share it. I don't know. I like sharing a birthday.
Did you always do that growing up, or did you ever like consider having like a half birthday so that each of you could have, I don't even know if you guys get your own cake, but did you ever think about doing that?
We always share a birthday, but we have like, sometimes we have different cakes or something like that. That's pretty much it. Yeah. But we always share.
All right. So getting the same gift, that's a super suckiest. That's the suckiest factor of being a twin. That's pretty damn good, man.
Or like when people, like when we first meet somebody, they just like stare at both of us for like a good couple minutes, like trying to pick apart each thing. Mm-hmm. And like they're trying to tell us apart, but they don't know how to do it like at all. So they just sit there and they're like, they stare for like, it's awkward. It's so awkward when they just sit there staring.
Ask like, what tells you two apart? I'm like, our hair, our height, I don't know, just tons of things.
Yeah.
You think
like,
you guys
I don't really see that.
Do you think that you look identical, or you're like, I can't believe how people could say that?
No, I don't see how
in like baby pictures we look more alike, but not now.
No, definitely not now.
But you look like sisters, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I could tell you apart just because your mother, we have to look at you all the time when you're into university posts and we get no choice. But no, but I could see how people could do that. And especially if you weren't together when they met you, and then all of a sudden another one of you appeared, it could be really freaky, especially for people who may have poor vision. So that could be a thing. But another thing that I want to know is like, with the negatives of being a twin, right? We kind of have that. Do you ever think that, or have you ever in your life had a minute that you were like, I just want this for myself? I really don't want her to have this, because I know that you both have a lot of the same hobbies, and which is great for your mom, because then she's kind of going to, one home base to pick you guys up. But have you ever had something that was like, this is mine and I don't want her to be a part of it?
I feel like with friends and stuff like that, like certain friends because sometimes we have the same friends and sometimes we don't.
Okay.
I feel like that. It's like, I have this one friend and I obviously bring Kaydence around her too. And then, so it's kind of like, now it's like our friend, but like at first she was just my friend and now she's like our friend. So it's like something, our friends just get used to seeing each other all the time. So I don't think there's really anything that we could think of that's like just ours.
Yeah. Like I've done like different sports than her. Like I did cross country and she didn't do that. I did track. Yeah. She didn't do that. So like I had those like when she wasn't there, but it wasn't like going out of my way to get around her.
Okay. All right. I like that. Now, how do your friends deal with that? Are you ever worried that you're going to be friends with somebody that the other one doesn't like, and then you're going to feel like, I can't be friends with that person?
Not really, no.
Because like if like I don't like one of her friends, like she knows this, but I'm just gonna I'll push it aside because like she's like her friend, so I just push it aside when I'm around that person or something.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, it's just
not like you can't be friends with someone because I don't like them.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not
we
like
don't do that.
So you don't think that you guys are really influential on the other person's friends? Like you try to just be like, okay, that's an independent relationship, whether it was, I hate this teacher or I can't stand this person. You just are like, okay, let's agree to disagree and then just move on from there. Have you had an issue where you guys totally disagreed on something and were not able to kind of get past it?
When we were like younger, I'd say like around 13
or 14,
we fought a lot.
And then over everything, we would fight about literally everything.
Like we picked fights on purpose.
Yeah.
But we don't really do that anymore. Like if we disagree about something, we're just like, okay, whatever, and we just let it go because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in fighting.
You're so laid back, guys. You really are. That's
it's kind of annoying because I'm the kind of person who like wants to go at it and like wants to argue, but she's just like, nope, I'm not arguing. It's so annoying.
I don't like arguing with anybody.
Now, do you guys have a lot of the same similarities in school? So are you both, do you complement each other with the classes that you excel in, or are you kind of consistent in what you're both good in the same things?
We help each other on most of, like, if we have the same class, we will definitely, like, sit down and, like, help each other. And if, like, in math, she gets something that I don't, like, she'll help me, and vice versa, something like that.
I would say you're better at math and I'm better at English. I can't do math.
All right. So now, growing up, were you guys always in the same class or separate classes? How has it been throughout the years?
For kindergarten, we were together, and then first grade, we were separate, and then from second to, like, sixth grade, we were together, right?
Not for all of our classes.
Yeah, but not for all of our classes. For most of school, we've been together. But in high school, this semester is the only class that we've had together in high school.
We only have 2 classes together this semester.
Aww. Yeah, we haven't had any other classes together in high school.
Now, when you're in the same class, do you guys sit next to each other, or are you like, oh, she's there, that's cool?
We sit next to each other.
Yeah, we sit next to each other.
That's really the fact that you guys get along so well as such is inspiring. I wonder how common you are, or if you're just total freaks of nature that twins typically hate each other. But it's not true. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's especially girls, I think, that may have really close relationships. Do you guys foresee yourself at any like point really separating? Like, do you ever think about the future and say, well, wherever Kendall lives is where I'm going to go? Like, how do you see your lives in the future?
I don't know. I feel like for college we would stay together, but like after college, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on what we end up doing after college.
Okay.
Like, obviously, like, I wouldn't want her to, like, stay just because of, like, me. Like, if she wants to go and move to another state and do something, that's what she's going to do. I'm not going to hold her back. She's going to go do that.
I want you guys to go. I like it. I want you to be those identical girls that marry identical boys and then have identical babies.
No.
Stop it. Why can't Why can't I dream about these things? How do you feel about that? How do you feel like, do you ever see other twins that you're like, whoa, they're way too close?
No, I can always point stuff out about twins, so I never think that they're like that close. I don't know. It's just like yeah, like they look alike, but it's so like you're not that identical. I don't know. It's just you're not that close.
I can't tell twins apart.
It's so easy.
I can't do it.
That's not good.
I know, it's
Look,
bad.
you're turning into one of those people that we don't
know.
like.
It's like I'm with twins, but I can't tell other twins apart.
That is a bad habit to get into. Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about the future, we talked about the past, but you did say how like you did have some years that were apart and you do have some years that are together. Growing up, did you always want to be together? And did you ever feel that you were forced apart? And if you did, how did that make you feel?
I don't know. I feel like we were together, so it was just normal for us to be in all the same classes and to do everything together. So I feel like we didn't really want it any other way. That's just kind of like what we preferred and what we were comfortable with. So I feel like we always just stuck with being together because it was easier for us and made us feel more comfortable.
Yeah. But being apart is like, it's not that fun being apart. Like,
we entertain each other.
Yeah.
Other people are boring.
Yeah.
I'm not that boring. I mean, seriously, girls. I'm gonna be like, don't say
not
that.
talking about you, but like people in our classes.
Okay, fair. All right. Now, you have a brother. Okay, so you have a singleton brother that is not part of your little, girl crew. Do you think that like he doesn't get you or get your relationship, or do you think that since he's grown up with you guys that he just understands that they're just my sisters, or do you think that he's like those are twins? How do you think that him being a singleton is different than you guys being twins?
I definitely think he sees us as just his sisters.
Yeah,
because like he's always been able to tell us apart.
Always.
And like he knows that we're like a crew that come together, like we always just go together, so he knows that. So I think it's normal for him to have us around each other all the time.
Yeah, because like we're just always together, so he's just used to it.
Yeah.
When you are telling people about yourselves, right, or when you're writing your college essay or whatever you're doing when it comes to being descriptive, is being a twin one of the first things that you talk about, or is it just an afterthought to you guys?
I'd say it's like one of the first things I put down because it's always a conversation starter. They're always like, "You're an identical twin, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, and then like, "Can we see pictures or something?"
Yeah, they're like, "No way, I don't believe you," or something like that. I'm like, "Yeah, we're identical twins."
Yep.
But do you do it because it's a good conversation starter, or is that a huge part of your identity?
I feel like it's both. Like honestly.
Definitely both.
Like we've had people who don't even like. I think in one of our classes, we had the same class but like different periods, and the teacher just thought that one of us was taking the class twice, and like had it two times in one day, and thought that we were like changing outfits, going back and forth, and we were like,
Mr. Newman?
No, it wasn't. I don't remember who it was. I think we were in like elementary school or something, and I was like, why would we take the same class twice?
Yeah.
I don't know. People always get confused with, they don't believe it when we say that we're twins. So it's like always something I just start out saying, like, oh yeah, I'm a twin.
All right.
Yeah.
And do you ever, like, Kendall, do you say people like, I'm older? Like, is there a sense of authority or
No,
pride that you
if
have
they
for being
ask,
baby A?
if they ask, I'll tell them, but I don't really just like, yeah, I'm the older twin. She's the younger one. I'm better than her. I don't ever do anything like that.
Yeah. People are like,
Okay, I was like, what?
Younger.
All right.
I'm like,
You're the baby. That's what it is.
I'm
And
just
Kaydence is the baby.
Yeah, I'm just used to it. I don't know. How does it feel? I'm just younger. It doesn't really feel like anything. We're the same age.
Yeah.
Now, if you, let's say, like you guys both cheer, right? So when you're both cheering, if there's another girl who, like, the coach is being responsive to and, you know, loving more that they do something, do you guys feel like, ugh, I can't believe this girl? Here, follow this whole story. And then if it was your sister that they were saying that, are you like, ugh, look at this girl? Or are you like, good for my sister? Like, do you ever, like, when something happens to one of you when you're in the same situation, so you're both in cheer, if one of you gets like huge kudos or whatever, how does the other one feel about that?
Happy.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you, like, there's a situation where she got an award for something and I didn't, I definitely just said that I was happy for her. And I was, but I just didn't, like, say that I was like, oh, I wish I got that too, or something like that. Like, obviously, you wish you got the award too, but, like, I was happy for her and didn't.
Or, like, with a cheer stunt or something, like, she got, like, a better stunt than I did or something, or she hit the stunt first and I haven't hit it yet, then I'm obviously, like, I'm happy for her. It's great, but I wish I got it too. Like, I'm not going to stop being happy for her just because I didn't get it.
Like, all mad, be like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you because I'm mad at you because you did something that I couldn't do. Like, I'm not going to do that.
But that's never happened. That's never happened where, like, one of you dated a boy that the other one wanted to, or got a job that the other one didn't want to. You've never really felt jealous towards each other over anything?
I don't think so, no.
Stop, Kendall, you're not allowed to talk. Kaydence, tell me what that thought was. Enough of you, older one. What was that look?
I don't really get jealous. I'm just like, oh, cool, go do your own thing. Like, pop off. Go ahead.
Pop off.
Fine. Well, we're bringing that term back. It's from the 80s. It's okay.
No.
Kendall, that's
like, go do your own thing.
That's what we use now. But if you say that, Kendall, how does that make you feel if Kaydence is like, pop off, because now I'm going to use that term all the time and your mother's going to be thrilled about that. But how does that make you feel if, like, your sister dismisses you because she's not into whatever's happening?
I would feel kind of hurt by it because it's like she's like the closest person that I talk to. So if she was hurt, I'd be kind of mad.
I'm just like, not in a bad way, but like, I'm not going to be jealous of something you're going to do. You go do what you do.
You should want to.
I should want to go do it? Okay.
Now, you girls have been through more than the average bears, okay? With all of the medical issues that you've been having, and you guys could read it if you don't know what I'm talking about. We have it on twiniversity.com. But with everything that's been happening, how do you feel that your recovery was helped by having a twin?
I don't know. It was kind of scary going into surgery, mainly because I saw how Kaydence was and how she had such like a rough recovery from the start. So I was like, I'm going to go under and that's how I'm going to wake up, just like her. But it was the complete opposite. Okay. So it was like a relief, but it was like still scary because that's what I thought was going to happen to me before. Okay. But luckily it didn't.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't want her to turn out like me and how to recover like me because it was so hard. And I don't want her to go through that. Like, I was in so many therapies and everything. And I'm so grateful that she came out like basically untouched.
Yeah.
Just, you can't even tell she had surgery. Yeah.
Are you
I'm so
surprised at
grateful.
that? Like Cadence, are you
Yeah.
surprised that she had no problem? Because if you guys if you have the same medical situation and pretty much the same type of surgery, which by the way, if you guys don't know, they both had brain surgery. I don't even know how your mother is standing and doesn't need a liver transplant from all the drinking she should have been doing. She wasn't. She's an unbelievable chick, your mom. But like did you say like thank God like that didn't happen to her? Like, were you so relieved to see that she had such a different type of recovery than you?
Yeah. Yeah. I did not want her to have a recovery like me.
Now, with that, do you think that that brought you guys closer together? If you were already close before, do you feel like having to have gone through, it was like a battle that you kids went through. It was like no joke. Do you feel that since you've both kind of overcome this and know that, this is something that's now in your genetic history, right? How do you guys feel about that? Like, do you feel like, okay, well, we could relate to each other more now because of it? And like, do you feel like you need to stay closer to each other? Like this is kind of where I was going with that. Like knowing that this has happened, do you think like you guys are like, okay, we might need each other a little bit more, especially as we get older?
Yeah, I think for sure. Because like nobody else really understands. And like we went through different things. Like we all had different emotions about it, but it's still like the similar like I guess area, I guess. And because we both had surgery and we both made it out, so
it was super similar for us, but it was also super different because of our experience going through it. Like she had a completely different experience than I did. So I feel like we're closer because we have like the same like condition, but like we can't relate on how we went through it because we both handled it differently.
Well, with Kaydence, it was like all very surprised and sudden and what the heck is going on? And I know that there was a situation when you were at school, Kendall, and you didn't know what was going on. Like that's gotta be tough. I mean, even if you think about like your brother, if that was happening to your brother in school, you guys would be freaking out. But
I would have had the same reaction.
Yeah. You really handled it beautifully. Like I'm so proud of you guys. Like seriously, and I know that I'm just kind of on the outskirts of your family, but I know so much about everything that's happening, and I'm so lucky to have your mom as part of our team. Like truthfully, I know I have to say that probably contractually because she's watching, but she's really a great mom, and she's handled this whole thing fantastically. How do you feel that she did as a twin mom? Do you think that she allowed you guys to be, as independent as you wanted to be?
Yeah. I feel like she'd like let us like if we wanted to be together in a class, she would make the school put us in the class together. Or if we wanted to be separate, then she would just let it go or whatever. Like she kind of let us really do what we wanted to, I guess.
She is spying on us.
That's okay. She's allowed to spy on us. She made you guys. She's allowed to spy.
You hear her downstairs laughing.
She's next door. She's not downstairs.
We don't know where she is. She's in the house somewhere. The call's coming from the house.
I can hear her though.
Girlies, before we leave and I send you back into the wilds of Arizona, what do you think are the best parts about being a twin? Like, do you even know that other people live differently than you? Like, what are some of the things that you're like, I'm so happy that I was born one of two because?
I feel like it's because you get like an automatic like friend, like because some like going to a new school or something, you don't really know anybody, but like if you have somebody you already know, it's not as hard, and it's just somebody who like I don't know, we just like understand each other. You don't have to explain each other to other people. Like if you meet a new friend, you have to like tell them all this or whatever, but like I don't have to because she was there for it, so it makes it easier.
Like in school, like first day of school, you never had to walk in alone.
Yeah.
Or you didn't have to go to lunch alone or something like that. So that's just nice having a twin for just one of the
and don't have to do anything alone.
Yeah, you can always have like even just like her company.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the same schedules? Like, do you wake up? Are you early birds? Are you night owls? Like, is that
I always have to wake
similar?
her up for school because she does not wake up, so I always have to wake her up. But we basically have like the same schedule. That's it.
Yeah. The different thing is like I work earlier than her and get out earlier.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's not too
Everything's
shabby.
pretty much.
I
Yeah.
love it. Guys, you're the best. Is there something that you think as twins that you could talk to our audience and say, listen, I know you guys have twins. The thing that you need to know about us is what's something that we could like genuinely like think about it, like what something that you wish your mom knew or something that you think your mom did right that other people could learn from? Is there something that it could be as trivial as dressing alike? It could be about let us be in the same class. It could be about let us have independent sports. Make sure that we have our own friends. Make sure our families give us extra, 2 presents instead of 1. Like, what are those things that you're like, these are like deal breaker twin situations? Please make sure this happens.
I feel like you can't force them together. They have to do it on their own. Because that's why like we're so close now, because we weren't forced together.
Yeah.
Like when Kendall wanted her own room, my mom was like, okay, so we just gave her her own room and everything. Like, because we always shared a room until she wanted her own room, because we were getting older. Whatever. I was not gross.
Yes, you are.
Mind your business.
I love it. Everybody has different habits. It's not necessarily gross. It's just you have different habits.
I don't know. I just don't keep my room clean. That's it. Whatever.
You don't have to.
But yeah, you just can't force them together because then they're not going to want to be together when they're older.
Yeah, I can't force them together or force them apart. Like some people think it's like weird how close we are, but it's like, and I feel like I don't know because I'm not a parent obviously, but like I feel like some parents would like try and like separate their kids so they can make their own relationships apart from each other. But I feel like that can do like
more
a lot
damage
of damage because then they don't really know how to like communicate with each other anymore.
Okay. All right. So, do you think you have that twin connection? Like, do you feel like I definitely have telepathy and everything that you see on like, Ripley's Believe It or Not when it comes to twins?
I'd say it's just because we spend so much like time together. Like we just like know each other so well. We just think a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
So we could call it that, I guess.
I think it's very cute. And we have a question from Miss Vanessa who said she thinks it's a dumb question, but do you guys feel incomplete without the other? Like, let's say for the classes that you don't have together, does it feel like something's missing or does it just feel like meh, whatevs?
I would definitely like to have her there, but it's not like the end of the world that she's not.
Yeah. Because there are some days where we're like annoyed with each other, and it's like, great, now I have every single class with her all day long. But there are some times where it's just like, I mean, I don't really know anyone else in this class, so if she was here, that would be a better class for her to be in, so that there was somebody there that I knew. But yeah, it's not too bad because we have 2 classes together. Well, technically 4 because of lunch and study hall.
I don't know if we could count lunch and study hall as a class, although I would have had A's in those. That's where I
would too.
That's my strong suit. Study hall is always the best. Oh, that's great. Girls, you're the best. You really are. The only thing that I feel bad about is that people that are watching think that you guys are typical. You're not. You're really, really sweet, and you're actually really good kids. And I'm not saying that kids are rotten, although I kind of want to get that tattooed on my face so that everybody knows in the world that kids are rotten. But you guys are fantastic. And I think that you guys work on your relationship. And I love that, like, in Kaydence, the way that you were talking to Kendall and be like, listen, pop off or whatever it was, by the way, best ever. I love that you guys give yourselves the freedom to be whoever you want to be, but that ultimately you're just happy to have each other. So I'm glad that there's some eggs splitting going on when you guys were made in the stars above. So thank you so much for playing with us today.
Yeah.
I can't wait to visit you guys at work. Someday I'm going to do a drive-through and be like, where's my girls at? So yeah, I hope I get a company discount. By the way, we can't tell publicly where you work because nobody's allowed the company discount but us. But girls, I love you. If you can think of anything else that you want to offer us, obviously just tell your mom and then she'll let us know. And for those of you that are watching out there in the interwebs, if you have any questions for the ladies, you could email us at community@twiniversity.com and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again, ladies. And for the rest of you, thanks for joining us today. And we hope to see you again. Girls, say bye to everybody.
Bye.